After the Denver Nuggets got eliminated by the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 7, Nikola Jokic was at the press conference, and the reporter asked him, does he feel like this Denver Nuggets team can win the championship with the same roster? And he said no. He said if they would have won the championship with the team they currently have, they would have won one, and he doesn't believe in ifs, which means that the Denver Nuggets will be making some roster changes in this offseason to keep their franchise player happy. And I'm expecting a major trade. Listen, man, we got to hold players accountable. I'm expecting Russell Westbrook to get waived. I don't think he's coming back. He does have a player option where he can opt in to the last year on his contract and stay with the Denver Nuggets. But I think the Denver Nuggets are going to tell him straight up they don't want him back on the team. I think they're going to either waive him or they're going to try to find somewhere that they could trade him to. But most likely he's just going to end up getting a buyout, which means they'll pretty much waive him, pay him whatever he's owed on that last year. And I think Russell Westbrook's going to retire. The only scenario I can see for Russ is him going back to OKC to finish his career, play one final year in OKC where he won an MVP, where he took that team to the finals against the Miami Heat. And, I think that'll be a good scenario for Russ, because obviously OKC right now is a championship team. There's a high possibility that they're going to the finals this year. And, why not finish your career in the team that you started with, right? Now, the next player that I think will 100% be traded is Michael Porter Jr. Now, Michael Porter Jr. did have a shoulder injury in the playoffs this year. And he claims, like after Game 7, he claims that, he just didn't feel like himself. His shot didn't feel right. He didn't feel comfortable shooting the ball. But there was some games where he was knocking down threes and having no problems. But what really pisses me off about Michael Porter Jr. is his lack of aggressiveness. This is something that I've noticed his entire time on the Denver Nuggets. There's just times where Michael Porter Jr., he doesn't look like he wants to score. He'll just pass the ball. He doesn't, try to get the ball. He doesn't attack the rim. His role on Denver really is just being a spot-up shooter. He's like the Klay Thompson of the Nuggets. He just likes to shoot threes. But for a player of his height and his size, he can easily get to the rim, get to the free throw line. He can dunk. He can make layups. Obviously he's a good three-point shooter. But Michael Porter Jr. where's the urgency to score and knock down shots for your team? This is a Game 7 where your team needs you. You understand what I'm saying? It's win or go home. And Michael Porter Jr., we've seen he can give you 20 points on any given night. But there's just times where, he just doesn't look like he cares about scoring or winning. And I think that he's a liability for this Denver Nuggets team. And I think that Denver should seriously consider trading this guy. That shoulder injury, bro, that's an excuse for me, bro. I'm not giving him a pass for that because Aaron Gordon had a grade 2 hamstring injury and he played in Game 7. He fought through the pain. The man was limping the whole game. He was in the game and he still was somewhat effective for his team. So I don't want to hear this shoulder injury bullshit from Michael Porter Jr. I think he should get traded. Another player, Jamal Murray. Now listen, I don't think Denver should trade Jamal Murray, but they need to have a serious talk with Jamal Murray this offseason about his lack of consistency. Every time Jamal Murray plays the Los Angeles Lakers, he literally looks like the best point guard in the NBA. But when he plays other teams, he's a very streaky shooter. Sometimes he won't even have 10 points. And the man just can't make a shot to save his life. So I think that Jamal Murray, I notice he always usually has some injury during the regular season, and he kind of uses that as an excuse for not playing well. Like, guys, look at this season, right? Jamal Murray had an injury in the regular season. Russell Westbrook ends up going into the starting lineup, and Denver goes on a winning streak. Like, Russ literally was showing flashes of prime OKC Russ. Like, him and Joker was playing very well together. Denver was winning games. Russ actually was knocking down some threes and making good passes. And, he looked really good in the starting lineup. And then Jamal Murray comes back from injury and disrupts the chemistry. And then Denver starts losing games and Russell Westbrook ends up going back to the bench. Right before the playoffs, Mike Malone gets fired and we find out that a reason why Mike Malone was fired is because the Denver Nuggets owner and, they didn't like how he was giving Russell Westbrook all of these minutes over their younger players on the team. They didn't like that shit, right? So when you look at it from that standpoint, Jamal Murray, his priority for this upcoming next season is to be consistent. Don't just play good against the Lakers. Play good against whoever you face and show up for your team, man. Like for example, guys, Jamal Murray was sick game 6 against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they didn't even know if he was going to play. He played through the sickness, balled his ass off. And then game 7, he has a bad game. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not consistent, man. And Jamal Murray, like I said, man, he's a great player. I done seen this dude do 360 layups. He can shoot the three just as good as Steph Curry sometimes, man. And, then sometimes, like I said, he just can't make a shot to save his life, man. So they need to have a serious talk about Jamal Murray. Like I said, I wouldn't trade him. I would just get rid of Russ, trade Michael Porter Jr., and I think those are the only 2 changes that this team needs to make. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. What trades would y'all like to see for Denver? Would y'all trade Michael Porter Jr. for Paul George? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out.